Good morning. It's okay. It's 6 o'clock here. I got up at 5:30. I didn't feel like yeah. I just there's so many things happening that it's easier for me just um, to to video. Uh, yeah. Uh, when I just get up, I don't look great. I'm going to fiddle around with I've got this special video light. Um, let's see now. Okay, this is, it's too pink, and other times it's too blue. Hmm. Too pink, too red, too. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. All right, I'm so vain. You probably think this song is about you. Anyway, yeah, it's like, so this weird feeling continues. All I can say is, many, many years ago, I went to this one doctor and he was trying one antidepressant after another. And I mean, there's this one, it might have been Celexa, and I took it and bang, I felt great, but only for like a day. And then, it can kind of like just wore off. But so I'm like, I continue on this high with all these ideas going on in my head. I don't sleep, not because of insomnia, but like I want to get up early. I want to start the day, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And then I'm wondering if it's a beginning of dementia. I keep, along with it is, it could be because I'm like, changing everything in the house and my routine is disrupted. This thing isn't there, it's now in a different cabinet, and I move this here and I move this there. Or, is there kind of dementia where you're happy? But I keep forgetting things. Remember, I talked about that rack I bought at IKEA. Okay, so yesterday I got shoes. I ordered them. They were in a giant bag, right? And then I took them from, like Amazon delivered them. I brought them in. I turned around and know where they were. Where did I put them? I went all through the fucking house. And finally I found them, but it's kind of worrisome. But anyway, but I mean, on the other hand, I have this little, I have like tons of these books. And it was, like the rule is I can only put good things in it. And most of the time, it would like, well, you're breathing, well, the sun's out today, you're not sick. There were no, I'd be like scraping the bottom of the barrel to tell myself good things were happening. It's like, I can't think of one fucking good thing. Okay, I'm breathing. Write that down for the day. It's kind of like, one of these cognitive antidepressant exercises. Incidentally, I read somewhere, maybe I can send you the thing that it doesn't help with depression. Writing positive things down don't help. But anyway, now, there's all these things going on. I've written down so that I can mention them to you, so that I don't forget. And I'll check them off maybe as I talk. But okay, the first thing, of course, because I'm talking to you, I'll tell you what the first thing I would mention here is you are moving to New Jersey. It is such a load off my mind. It's like, well, I suppose things are better in New York, when things opening up. But you isolated there with COVID for a year was, well, I might have to tell you, not good, right? But, it's such a relief, And now that I think about it, I might have you call Mary. You can never email Mary Margaret. But one of the things the lawyers told her was she should consider the long term, and she said, well, maybe I will have to go somewhere, and maybe I'll maybe I could put you in touch with her about your decision. Long term care insurance at age 70, if you can get it, it's something like $1,000. Yeah, $1,000 a month or so. It's absurd. And I think maybe I told you this, but no, I didn't. But so we got this long-term care for Al, and it didn't kick in until 90 days. He's like fucking dying. And sorry, you cunt. This bitch, she was a Lutheran, and she this dewy-eyed. Oh, and my father, when she sold it to us, and how she was part of, it was a kind of religiously affiliated. Christians, fucking monsters as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's not go there. Let's be positive, okay. But anyway, this one thing off my mind. Arnie is moving to New Jersey. He'll be near his sister. He won't be alone. If there's any problem, he can call someone. Boom. Check that off. Wonderful thing happening in recent things. Okay. Other things happening are, how the house is shaping up. I don't know if I can I told you that I'm having video problems. Suddenly the fucking thing doesn't work. But anyway, so many things are happening in the house. I'm changing so many things, getting so many ideas, really cool ideas, and I'm moving things around, and the house just keeps looking more and more beautiful. What I'll do is I'm gonna have to take snapshots, and if I can't intercut them into this video, I'll take snapshots and I'll send you an email, and I'll tell you what change in the house has happened. Of course, the big, not big, but like the aquarium. This is what I mean about kind of like almost manic thoughts, behavior. Okay, I wanted a couple of fish. I bought them for 16 cents, and I put them in the vase with the birds of paradise, which I collect outside. Now, I never cease to be fascinated by that. And then it was like, well, I go back to the PetSmart. Well, you really need this and you really need that, and then I was looking at Ross for I don't know what. Then I see this giant bowl, and that would make an aquarium. And so I go from 3 fish to a giant, a 5-gallon homemade, what could I say, adapted, a vase aquarium with blue lights and fishies and flowers, and that's just the way my brain has been operating for the past few weeks. Another thing that could be responsible for it is that I am on a very strict keto diet, and so it, among other things, it controls your blood sugar. I am pre-diabetic, but when I'm on keto, it's like, boom, nothing. In fact, when I get blood tests and things, it's like, Joe, your blood sugar is a little low, So, and there's a lot of, on Reddit, on the keto and diet things, there's things about the keto brain, people are zooming and people are focused, and that could be it. But this started before I went on strict keto, so the other thing I mentioned, well, maybe it's just like not being afraid anymore, not going outside the house and not being paranoid. Who knows? Anyway, I feel well, but strangely well, almost like I'm manic. Okay, some other things. Okay, just off the top of my head, I guess it was California, something or other. I get $600 in the mail, Then I noticed this email from Sergio's accountant that he uses in Hawaii because, anyway, the email says, okay, I'm getting 3,000 something back from federal taxes. I don't know how much I'm getting back from California. The Hawaiian guy, this is, this is why third worlders do well. The Hawaiian guy is a friend of his brother's that went to school and moved to Hawaii and now does his taxes for peanuts. And they did mine. They didn't do mine for peanuts. They charged me they charged him $75. Me, they charged $200. But anyway, so I'm getting thousands of dollars back from taxes, and I got this whatchamacallit, COVID relief check out of the blue. Okay, so Oscar 1 is going to start coming here 2 days a week. So he's going to charge me $300. I'm going to charge him $300 for 2 days. Then I just said, okay, let me check. All right, let me. Okay, Oscar 2 is staying. Oscar 1 is still sick. So out of the blue, let me check, see if I can rent out this room. So I get this inquiry from a student who's same thing, same perfect situation. He's commuting to California. He's commuting to San Diego, and he wants to stay here 4 evenings a week, and on the weekend he'll be gone. Anyway, the issue with him was that it appeared he was straight. He is straight, and so we had to talk about that. Then, okay, another issue. Out of the blue, I mean, it's so strange. Okay, so I told you about these fucking assholes on the corner put out their fucking Blue Lives Matter flag during this trial. I mean, what monsters. What a fucking thing to do. And it's not so much that they're racist. I think maybe I mentioned this before. It violates all protocol around here. We do not shove politics or religion or whatever or differences in each other's faces here. We're very neighbor, and and it's just like how Trump. He's disrupting. He has disrupted and continues to disrupt the entire fucking country, brother against brother. Well, anyway, turns out this guy is a person of color. I think he might be Asian black, but he's got he's got a cool hairdo. I don't know if you've seen. Well, is the guy's name maybe Terrence Trent D'Arby in the '80s? But he's got a really cool hair, but anyway, he's obviously not white, and so that will be humorous, introducing him to the neighbors. But here's the sad part of that is I will introduce him to the neighbors, and I'm going to tell him, of course, well, let me introduce you to the neighbors, but of course, seriously, no shit. I got to introduce him to the neighbors so the police won't be called if he walks into my house. Sad, really sad. I mean, I suppose, actually, Frank, when Oscar 1 moved in here, Frank saw him through the window. I'm pointing out the window over there, and rang the bell and said, "Hi, I'm Frank. Who are you? Just checking." And so, I mean, if this black guy was in my house and people didn't know who he was, they would, just see who he was. But there'd be a tinge of racism there. So I've got to say, "Hi, this is Andre. He's my new tenant. He's going to be staying here during the week. He's a student, blah, 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 blah." But anyway, he's going to be paying me $500 a month, and he's just staying for 3 months. So that'll be cool, and he won't be here on the weekends. So, what have we done so far? Money out of the blue, you moving to New Jersey, getting a roommate who's a person of color that kind of, I don't know, I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm using him racially, but kind of like, you're in my fucking face about Blue Lives Matter and you fucking racist. Well, guess what? Your neighbor is a kind of like hipster black guy with crazy hair. So I'm integrating the neighborhood here. Get a call from Holland American Line. They're opening up. And so my cruise in November with Sergio is on. It was like wild, crazy idea. I mean, they're like giving this shit away. So, I mean, so I get a week, it's $799, right? For a week cruise to Mexico during Thanksgiving. And they were so desperate, it was like, hey, tell you what, we're going to give you an extra room. So, me and Sergio staying in a room, a smaller room, taking his mother. Okay, so I mean, it's nice to be your suegra. Be nice to your mother-in-law. What else here? Oh, okay, some more good things. Okay. Right. Okay. My brother Arnie is coming with his new girlfriend to San Diego sometime in the fall. He's butch. He's coordinating with some kind of football schedule. They're going to come when they can see, I don't know, the Chargers, the Bargers. I don't know who the fuck these teams are. I know the Padres are baseball, the Chargers are football. I didn't even know that. Anyway, but I got this brainstorm again. It's like shit going off in my head, thinking, well, the two of you are coming. Take Mary Margaret. You'll have 3 seats across, all to yourselves, and you can bring her and take her through you'll all be together through the airport, coming and going. You go on your, honeymoon or whatever you want to do here. Drop Mary Margaret off here, and she can stay for a few days, and then go back. And sadly, it is probably the only time she will ever be here again, and the only way she can do it. But so I'm looking forward to that possibility, and things seem to be healed with my brother. We're never going to be good friends, but I mean, the idea that I can say, come visit. Here's my boyfriend Sergio, my partner Sergio, and I mean the hiding, the fucking dissembling that went on when you were gay for years and years and years. This stupid charade that Bruce and I carried on in Vienna. I keep repeating myself that maybe I said this before. You're just gonna have to forgive me. I don't know what I've said. My mind is not, as I get older, but if we had been, able to be partners, I might still be there, and you're probably thinking, the scream, moog, but I mean, like being there with no security whatsoever and having to be hide, or I'm a friend that can't get a house, and so I'm staying in his extra room. All of this closety shit gone, poof, and I can be honest with my brother about who I am. It's quite a relief, but the damage is still in my head. It will never go away. Anyway, and probably with you too. Look at. Do you discuss being gay with your sister? Our actual relationship over the years. Yeah. Okay, what else? Okay, so more good things. Okay, so Sergio said this week, good things happening at work. So I mean, this job is like fucking perfect. he basically got fired during the COVID, and boom, immediately got this other job where he's not doing, it's something called EDI, electronic data inventory. You move stuff around stores, sit in front of your computer. No, he got a job, he's managing, and he's managing people who do that. And this place, the reason they hired them, it's like, the reason why they hired me at Casas, or I've always been hired, is because they're fucked up, And so they're totally fucked up, and he got there, he's totally fucked up. He was gonna quit, but he pulled it all together. It's unfucked, and and he's fired a couple of people, and so it was like people were giving him shit, and he fired 2 people, and now it's like, ooh, don't fuck around with this guy. Don't talk to him, don't talk to him like he's one of your, it may be it's hard to understand. Shit, this thing is going on 21 minutes, and I'm sorry, you can just speed it up, or maybe I should break it up. Anyway, but they're talking like he's one of the workers, sharing gossip and this kind of shit, and also not treating him with respect and yelling him. And now it's like, holy shit, don't fuck with this guy. I'll get fired. And so he's like now like in charge. The management loves him, all right, and the clients love him, and the clients are like, I'm not that familiar with it. I'm from the Nike generation, but Hurley. It's kind of like this big sports. They, what was the other one? I forget. But anyway, they called him privately and said, "Look, do you want to come and work for us?" So that's how well he's doing, and it's like, and these people are also telling his bosses, "Do not fuck with this guy. This guy knows what he's doing. We were going to leave you till he came on board, and now, we'll stay just as long as he handles the problems." And he likes handling the problems. But anyway, so this week it was like, we want to talk to you. He's been there, I think, 6 months. Okay. You're going to get a review, and the review is going to be a raise. And I think he's probably going to go from 70 to 80. And there's this guy who, his boss, well, first of all, his boss is kind of like, they kind of like, sort of like, in BDSM, they have, I'm a dom, but I'm a switch. Well, kind of like dom switch here. He's bossing his boss. Hold on a minute. Sir, Alexa's ringing. Alexa, turn off the alarm.
6:30 a.m.
Okay, she's gonna do it. Yeah, and so this boss says, "Don't fuck with this guy," and you do what he tells you to do. You don't tell him what to do because you don't know what you're doing. So anyway, happy. But I'm also happy about the raise. So I mean, I used to buy a lot of things, and Sergio would want, well, I'll buy the food, and I know I want to pay for your gas, and I felt bad about his commute, and I didn't want him to buy anything. I was going to pay for this cruise in November. It's only $799. Now it's like, he makes more money than I ever did, and so it's like, he's only here part-time, but I mean, like with my income, it's like we have a household income of 6 figures. Yeah. And okay, all right. In the end of March, we got invited to Palm Springs. Looking forward to that. What else have I got? Yeah. Okay, well, you're not interested, I'm sure you're not interested in my kinky website, but anyway, I'm getting all these hits from this kinky website from absolutely gorgeous people. And because it's kinky, you don't have to worry about AIDS or anything like that. Anyway, but some very interesting people, you know. One guy may come and clean the house for me, you know. All right, well, we won't go into that. And what's fun? Do I have anything else here in the blah, blah, blah? Okay, just some fun shit. Okay, you're going to think this is crazy, okay? But part of my, before we used to go to bars, I got lifts for my shoes. So it appeared taller and more dom, just a little lift. Then, so I found out this website that had cheap, they're called elevator shoes, and they lift you like 3 inches. And I just like it. I like, it's not like being dominant, but it's like, it's like, you're up and you're looking down. It feels like I'm a giant, and it lifts your confidence. And so so when I go out, I'll go, sometimes I'll slip on my elevator shoes, and it's like I'm like, it makes me almost 6 feet tall and imposing, and I like it. And when I do have this sub come over, I'm not doing anything. He's not a sub. He's a dom, Master Alex. He used to be a sub. Let's not go into it. But he comes over. I'm like, he's down there and I'm up here. Oh, hello, Master Alex. Hello, Master Joseph. And Alex pays me to use my room so he can cam, because he can't do it at home because he's married, to a woman. So anyway, I get income from, then you have the guy who does massages, and I get income from him. But it's like, it's sexy. Anyway, it's kind of like a sex-charged atmosphere. And, like if it happens on the weekend, Sergio's like, gee, Daddy, I wonder what they're doing in there, and then when they leave, he's like all hot and bothered. Testosterone's kicking in, and it's not just sex. It's attitude. It works as an antidepressant. And of course, maybe that has to do with my speedy, manic behavior change of mind here. Okay, so I keep looking over at my list to make sure I've covered everything. Yep. Anyway, so where normally I get up in the morning, literally, you may think this is crazy, but I used to get up in the morning and I'd say, you asshole. Another day, you fucking asshole. You're an asshole, Now I get up and it's like, ooh, let me see I got to do this and I got to do that. And so here are all the things I've checked off. I'm just very, very aware of good things in my life, and I just hope this feeling lasts. If it doesn't, enjoy it while I can. Okay, so shit, this is going on. This is almost 30 minutes of me going blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. But it's easier for me to talk it than to type it. And then again, if I can't intercut pictures of things I'm doing around the house, additional shit I've done, I will, I'll send you just still pics and explain some of the stuff, because it's really cool, some of my ideas. Okay, goodbye, all right. Hey, yeah, look at this at night. It'll put you to sleep. Bye-bye.